What's up everyone, and welcome to another Battle Angel Alita video. So it seems like things are still moving forward or progressing forward in Hollywood with regards to the Battle Angel Alita movie. It's been often discussed in the past that James Cameron has always been a fan of Battle Angel Alita and has wanted to make a movie adaptation. A while back, news came out that Robert Rodriguez will be directing the movie, and most recently there were rumors that Rosa Salazar of the Maze Runner fame has come on board to take on the role of the main character Alita. Now just recently there has been some more news of yet another person who may be coming on board to this group. On August 24th, 2016, a variety of entertainment news agencies such as Hollywood Reporter, Variety Magazine, and Entertainment Weekly, and others brought out news that two-time Academy Award winner Christoph Waltz was in discussions to take on the role of Dyson Ito, the cyber surgeon in the movie. At around the same time, Collider News has brought out a video with regards to this information and also discussed some of the controversy that has been growing due to the cultural conflict between the actors and the characters they are portraying. Now I have left links to all the news articles from Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Entertainment Weekly, as well as the Collider video in the description section of this video. So if you get a chance and are interested, please go there and click on the articles. Now it seems like to ease some of this controversy, the name of the character has been changed from Daisuke Ito to Dyson Ito so that it actually matches the actor a little bit more. Now it seems like this controversy is coming up due to another movie that also is being released in the future called Ghost in the Shell, and in that case the main character Motoko Kusanagi is being represented by the actress Scarlett Johansson, and that has also I guess created a similar sort of controversy for exactly the same reasons of conflicting culture between the actor and the character that the actor is portraying. Now, as far as my feelings are concerned, first of all, I'm really happy about the fact that they are trying to bring Battle Angel Alita into the big screen, and that a really well-known and very successful producer such as James Cameron is involved with this. Now, to be honest, I would have been even more ecstatic if James Cameron took the role of both producer and director, since whenever he does so, he makes some phenomenally amazing films. But I am hoping that Robert Rodriguez does a good job in directing the film and actually bringing out a successful movie adaptation of Gunnm or Battle Angel Alita. As far as the portrayal of Daisuke Ito, or Dyson Ito in this case, I'm actually a very big fan of Christoph Waltz, so I'm kind of looking forward to that as well. If you recall, Christoph Waltz, who did some amazing work in both the movie Inglourious Basterds as well as the movie Django Unchained, and in both movies he won an Academy Award for his portrayal in those movies. In Inglourious Basterds, Christoph Waltz portrays Hans Landa of the SS, and in Django Unchained, he portrays the bounty hunter Dr. King Schultz. His most recent notable role is that of Ernst Stavro Blofeld, the archenemy of James Bond, in the movie Spectre. So this brings us to the point regarding the question of whether somebody of a different cultural background is allowed to actually portray a character from a specific story, or in this case an anime or a manga, I should say. The debate has brought up points including comments such as whitewashing, and of course the mention of how this is going to become a repeat of Dragon Ball Evolution and the mistakes that movie made. So as a person of Asian American heritage, as well as a big fan of many comic books, especially mangas, and of Battle Angel Alita, I just wanted to mention that it's not particularly fair to compare the failures of Dragon Ball Evolution with some of the controversies that are going on with regards to Battle Angel Alita's casting. Dragon Ball Evolution was just a terrible movie, period. It was awful. And it wasn't just due to cultural controversies or anything. It was just a terrible, terrible garbage creation of a movie to a very good comic. If Goku could Kamehameha that movie into oblivion, I bet he would do that right away, Super Saiyan mode. Also, as far as movie representation is concerned, for me, at least my opinion, is that the biggest importance is that the movie best represents or well represents the qualities that come out of the actual story itself, whether that story is a novel or a comic or an anime. So if the cultural representation is a very important part of the actual portrayal of the story, then I do think that it is important that the casting in the movie is well represented by whatever cultural representation is necessary from the story. But if it's not, then I don't think that it's really important for the movie to represent that culture, since it's not a main part of that entire storyline. And so this brings us back to the specifics for Battle Angel Alita. And for me, at least my opinion is that I'm actually looking forward to Christoph Waltz representing Dyson Needle in the movie. I've already mentioned one reason for this, which is that he is a fantastic actor. And I think that he will portray that role quite well. The second is I don't think that in this case, although it's a manga and it has, of course, a heritage to the creator's Japanese background, the actual story doesn't really require that much to be connected to any specific country, including Asia. If you actually continue to read the story, I don't want to put too much spoilers to it. Daisuke Ido, or Dyson Ido in this case, I guess whichever way you want to call it, doesn't come from Asia. He was not raised in Asia, and I'm not sure if there's any specific information that indicates that he lived in Asia. Of course, he does have a name that's very Japanese, but aside from that, there's no background information that indicates that he is from Asia. In fact, the information which I don't want to spoil is that he is from someplace else. Now, as far as Alita or Alita, I guess I should be saying, is concerned, she is also not from any Asian, well, at least any notable Asian background as well. She is not only not from any Asian country, it's probably that she's not even from Earth. And so if that's the case, if she did not grow up even in this planet, is there any reason to have any controversial argument regarding which country actor represents that role? So in this case, I'm hoping that Rosa Salazar does a good job. She does look quite a bit physically like some of the features that you see for Alita, or Alita, I should keep on saying. And if she represents the character well as being a kind-hearted but very tough as nails person, then I think the role might actually be well represented. Finally, I actually think that Christoph Waltz does look a little bit like Daisuke Ido, or Dyson Ido, I should say. In this case, if you look, aside from, although he does have an Asian name, he looks actually Caucasian and he has blonde hair. And if you look at the facial features, it does look quite similar. So even from a physical point of view, I feel that Christoph Waltz may be able to represent Dyson Ido quite well. Now, a couple of other points to note: if you actually read the story, you do eventually get indications of where the story is taking place, and you find out that it's not even in the Asian continent that the story takes place. So, even from that perspective, I'm not sure if there is any controversy with regards to the casting. A couple of more points: the actual story takes place after a post-apocalyptic crisis occurs, where all of the nations of the world are destroyed. So at that point, again, there is no country. There are no countries that are related back to at least the countries that we see in this current age. So at that point, is there again any reason for any specific person, representation? Again, that's a question that I'm not sure is necessary. And one final point, Alita is a cyborg, and the only part of her body that is organic or human is her brain. And from that perspective, do you really have to have a certain cultural background? And in her case, since she has amnesia, she doesn't even remember her heritage. So there is another point with regards to that. So it is interesting that, where do you draw the line with regards to representation? In the actual comic book itself, she gets multiple bodies, actually, constantly changing her robotic and mechanical body. She gets the Berserker body, she gets the Inaros body, so at that point, does it really even matter? And so from that perspective, again, coming back, my biggest concern and my biggest requirement for making this a successful movie is that it represents the story well, and it portrays the story in a very quality manner. I don't want to see a garbage movie. I don't want to see a movie that doesn't portray the story of Battle Angel Alita or Battle Angel Alita. And so from that point of view, I want the actors to actually be able to represent the characters they are supposed to portray, and I want them to be quality actors. And so in that case, I am again very glad that Christoph Waltz is actually representing Dyson Ito, and I hope he does a really good job for that. Anyway, so that is the most recent update that I know of anyway with regards to the movie Battle Angel Alita. And if I do hear some more information, then I will post it here with another video. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or if you have any more information that you know of with regards to the updates of this movie, I really appreciate if you post them. I'm looking forward to a good quality picture to eventually come out, and if I do hear any more, then like I say, I will post them. I thank you very much for watching this video. It's always a pleasure to make these for you, and as always, enjoy a nice day, everyone.